The National Coalition for Peace, Unity has commended the major political parties and their presidential candidates for signing the peace accord ahead of the general elections on Saturday. Secretary General of the group, Cairo Ojugbo, says all parties should work to uphold the spirit and the letter of the agreement. Ojugbo is also encouraging political parties to take a step further to ensure that their supporters are educated on the need for peaceful elections in the country. The group is appealing to aggrieved groups to approach the courts instead of taking the laws into their hands.
Candidates and their political parties should not end their quest for peace at the signing of the peace accord, but should take a further step to ensure that their supporters are educated on the need for a peaceful peace and a peaceful nation. They should send a strong signal to their supporters all over the country to ensure that they conduct themselves properly during the election and avoid any form of violence during and after the election. We want to again congratulate the presidential candidates for signing the peace accord. This will go a long way to douse tension in the land. Wishing all Nigerians a peaceful presidential and national assembly elections on Saturday, the 25th of February, 2023.
A non-governmental organization, the Albino Foundation, is calling on the Independent National Electoral Commission to give priority to the 85,362 registered persons with disabilities at various polling units. At a briefing in Abuja, the founder, Jake Epele, called for adequate security measures to be put in place during the election.
Now, because we are driven by technology or intervention, we're able to go to the exact location where persons with disability are and give real-time information.
So they're going to be magnifying glasses. About 21,000 pieces are going to be made available nationwide for persons with disabilities in all these persons with albinism in the identified polling units. Are going to be Braille ballot guide, kind of jacket that has the Braille ballot inside, so they can read using the signs and then they'll understand. And of course, there are going to be posters for those who cannot hear to just read the graphic animations and understand what they are to do.
This going by INEC promises to us, they have a framework on persons with disabilities, and also going by Section 54 of the new Electoral Act. I'm very hopeful that there will be provisions for persons with disabilities, and for me as a wheelchair user, the voting cubicle and the ballot box will be placed in a place that will make it easy for me to vote.
Well, let's bring in Arise Director of News and Politics Editor Somna Sambo to help us make sense of some of these issues. Thank you so much, Somna, for being on the news as always. We're counting hours to the elections now, and today alone we've seen the Anti-Graft Agency make some arrests and announcement, including the police. In Rivers State, the police arrested a lawmaker with huge sums of money in foreign currency, dollars. In Lagos, the commercial capital, we had the EFCC about some 32-point-something million naira. Yeah. And from the pictures they released, there were new notes. What did you make of this arrest? I mean, for a long time, we've known that politics, there's a lot of money in politics, money politics in Nigeria. But when it comes to elections, do we need these huge amounts of money to be in circulation?
All right, thank you, Adeswa. Let me start by wishing Nigerians a happy election day ahead. Yay. And we just hope and pray that the Electoral Commission will allow the election to hold. Don't forget, on February 16, 2019, was the last election day that we had hoped that the election will hold. All of a sudden, the INEC National Chairman, the incumbent National Chairman, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, told us on election day that the election had been postponed. So please, we are counting on INEC to ensure that this election holds. And of course, they know better. But of course, we all are ready, according to all institutions of government, and then, of course, the civil society. Back to your question, let's start with the anti-graft agencies. Yeah. If the EFCC has seized this money, 32 million naira, I think with the policies of the central bank and the transit route of this money, the EFCC and the central bank should be able to tell us which bank gave out these monies in bulk and what these monies are meant for. Of course, the EFCC is saying that it looks like the money is meant for vote buying. Yes, don't forget political parties also need monies for logistics, and they will need cash at some point. So until we get a final investigative report on this, let's be careful not to, make it look like, yes, the EFCC is doing its job. Yes, we know it's doing its job, but political parties also need monies for mobilization. So the person who had this money is in cash. Is he a member of a political party? Is it the national organizing secretary or a state organizing secretary of the political party? Did they at any point in time demand for this money for logistics purposes? If it was officially handled and then, of course, the paper trail shows it, then there's actually nothing wrong. But if it was in the possession of one person and the person can't explain clearly what these monies are meant for, of course, the law should take its course. And the financial institution that provided that money in bulk to a single individual, when a whole lot of Nigerians don't have access to this money, should be questioned. Not just the individual. The financial institution, the institution that gave the money also and collected the money should all be, they should face the music, because a lot of Nigerians don't have access to this cash. How come one person would have so much cash like this and several persons don't have access to this cash? This should not be allowed if indeed this money was meant for vote buy. So, the institutions are there. Let them do their work.
Absolutely. And that seems to be what EFCC is doing. And the chairman has appealed to, that the operatives should go after this. But let's come to the ding-dong in Kogi State. The Lion of Kogi seems to be on the loose. Yaya Bello excavating, roads leading to Natasha Akpoti Udwagan's constituency. What for?
Yeah, sorry, before I get into that, Christian, I'd forgotten the issue of the $500,000 US.
Oh, US dollars.
That was, yes. And we're told it's a PDP chieftain. Look, the law should take its course. Why would a serving member of the House of Representatives, those who crafted the Electoral Act, and is in violation of the same law that they passed at the National Assembly? I think the anti-graft agency should ensure that these persons are arrested and they are swiftly prosecuted. If it were ordinary persons on the road, I'm very sure they would have put up some mobile court. Look, the EFCC, the ICPC, the police, they should have mobile courts to prosecute people on election day, just the way they do during sanitation and other things like that.
It has to be constitutional.
Yes.
The law must be there.
Of course, so but we usually have that. Now,
let's not be too
draconian.
The
mobile courts are allowed.
Yeah.
Yes, but let's go to the issue of Kogi.
This is Natasha Udwagan versus
the explanation given by the Kogi State government is unacceptable to everybody. Democratically, why would you go and stop excavate roads and stop institutions of government from working? Because by doing this, they are stopping INEC from functioning properly. They are stopping the police, the military, and others who want to provide assistance. And they think that they are hitting at the candidate without knowing that they would even be disenfranchising a lot of Nigerians who want to go back to their constituencies and exercise their voting franchise. Look, the Kogi State government owes us more explanation than what it's doing. When others are looking for money to construct roads, they are excavating roads to prevent citizens from passing through.
It makes no economic sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make economic,
we budget
political,
money,
scientific, whatever. Look, even heavenly sense, it doesn't make in this instance.
Okay.
Because
we build roads and then we excavate.
Pure abuse of power.
It doesn't make
and
any sense.
A governor or a government of the All Progressives Congress, which is the governing party, should not be seen to be doing this kind of thing, because it's clear that they are trying to stop the opposition from exercising their rights.
Loose?
Yeah, it's a lion on the loose, and the federal authorities should call the Kogi State government to order, because this is unacceptable. This is trying to muzzle people, trying to stop people from exercising their democratic rights. Look, like she has said, if there's a breakdown of law and order and she needs to escape, her supporters need to escape, how would they escape? They are trapped in that place. And in the era of bandits, kidnappers, and others coming, if they come, how would people, resident voters and all of that, run out of that community? Look, the federal authorities should take this against the Kogi State government. The explanation that they have given is unacceptable, it's not enough. And if this can end up in the courts, look, the Kogi State government should be sued by voters, not necessarily Natasha, but voters in the constituency. Because how will INEC get there?
Indeed.
Look, This is not promoting democratic governance.
Our politics
something is wrong.
Our politics editor is really bitter here.
Anyone should be bitter.
Something is wrong. I mean, we've seen
absolutely.
things going on very well, only for us on the eve of
and
election.
even before the
state government
international
want to come
community, international observers.
Yes.
for that matter.
I have never heard a government say we are destroying the roads we built to stop terrorists.
Yes, that they're to stop criminals who
I've
have been
never
coming.
heard of
I
it.
mean, this is absurd.
It is.
And to say it's coming from the APC, look, something is wrong, and the government needs to offer Nigerians better explanation, not what was quickly put together by the State Commissioner for Information.
Thank you so much, Sambo.